Alrighty class, today's lesson is going to focus on tough questions. What you need for today's lesson is your tough questions handout, your read flower book, your highlighter, a pen, and your reading journal to take some notes in. Alrighty, so let's ask ourselves, what is a tough question? That should be kind of obvious, considering the question often has a question mark around it. But let me ask you this. Is a tough question something like, what's for dinner? Where are my shoes? Do I really have to do my homework? They're questions, but they're not quite tough because you kind of do have to eat dinner and you do have to wear shoes outside and you really do have to do your homework. Tough questions are difficult and almost impossible to decide or choose from at that moment. Tough questions are perhaps tough questions are so easy to spot in literature. They're very noticeable moments when a character is asking himself or a trusted friend a question that sheds light on an internal conflict. Alrighty, so let's ask ourselves, is it easy to read past tough questions? Not really. Why? Because a tough question is a moment in a story when things begin to change for the main character. It is a moment when you, as a reader, are saying, wow, what does this question make me wonder about? In your notes, I would like for you to have this anchor question ready. What does this question make me wonder about? I don't know. But let's figure it out. So, to your tough question sheet, it reads, the tough question signpost was one of the first we found when we set out looking for the signpost your teacher has been teaching you. Perhaps we found the signpost early because tough questions are so easy to spot. As most of you have already done, in your notes you're going to highlight tough questions are so easy to spot. As you read, stay alert for those places in which a character asks himself or a trusted friend questions that are very hard to answer. Highlight character asks himself or a trusted friend questions that are very hard to answer. All right. These questions that the character asks of himself are internal conflict questions. Questions that have some depth to them. For example, am I really as smart as I think I am? Am I as brave as the next person in my troop? Do I really belong here? Those are questions that make you stop and think, what is going on? What does this question make me wonder about? What does this question make me wonder about? I don't know. Let's figure it out. These questions often reveal some sort of fear or problem that must be faced. And when they do, they help us understand the internal conflict. The question is helping the character understand that there is a fear. Now that the question is asked, the character and the trusted friend often are going to try and figure the question out. The internal conflict has to now find a solution. Something has to take place. The character is working to overcome or a difficult choice he or she has to make. This is when the author takes the question and starts to continue to develop the plot. You're asking yourself, whoa, what is really going on here? What does this question make me wonder about? The end result is often towards the end of this book, or whatever is developing is continuing on, and that is going in that direction. Alrighty, so in your notes, you have this highlighted. Now, our anchor question is all the way down here. So I'm going to skip this part right here. because I want to get to this part right here. And that is our anchor question, our key point. What does this question make me wonder about? In your passage in front of you, you are going to continue to read on and answer. What does this question that Miss Winterbottom has asked us make us wonder about? What is going on? You have two other passages in your tough questions packet. For your homework, you are going to answer passage 1, and then you're going to answer passage 2. Now, if you're saying, wait a minute, what does passage 1 look like? Let me show you. Passage 1 is at the bottom. And passage 2, you're going to answer, the questions to passage 1. What did you notice? And then you're going to continue on and read to passage 2, which is on the 4th page. And then you're going to ask yourself, again, here's what we noticed, but you're going to ask yourself, what have you noticed, and answer that on the lines right there. All right, quick tips. You would want to know these quick tips that are on your sheet. Tough questions. Well, let's recap. What's a tough question? A tough question is a question that the character that a character in the story asks him or herself, or a trusted friend. When you see these moments in your reading, you are going to stop and notice them. And you're going to put a question mark and a TQ next to it. And you're going to ask yourself, what does this question make me wonder about? What does this question make me wonder about? I don't know. Figure it out. Continue to read on and understand how the internal conflict comes to a solution, or a solution is found. Alrighty? Alrighty. You have your homework. You can understand what tough questions are. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot us an email. Alrighty?